With the Pixel 9 lineup now officially launched, attention is shifting to Apple as everyone eagerly awaits the iPhone 16. However, before that moment arrives, Apple has a chance to glean valuable insights from the Pixel 9's debut to enhance its upcoming device. It's crucial for the tech giant from Cupertino to observe Google's latest offerings, as the Pixel 9 provides a clear example of pitfalls to avoid, which we will delve into further. More significantly, this presents a chance for the next iPhone to exceed expectations and claim the title of the best smartphone released this year. Recent leaks have painted a vivid picture of what's on the horizon. While the iPhone 16 Pro and iPhone 16 Pro Max boast unique features, there's also considerable buzz surrounding iOS 18 and how Apple Intelligence could elevate the iPhone experience. Here's a look at what the iPhone 16 can learn from the Pixel 9. Avoid increasing prices. This is an obvious choice, especially considering that last year's iPhone 15 Pro Max was priced $100 higher than its predecessor, the iPhone 14 Pro Max. In a surprising move, Google decided to raise the prices across all its Pixel 9 models, with the base model now costing $799, which is $100 more than before. Additionally, the Pixel 9 Pro XL, which is the true successor to the Pixel 8 Pro, also sees a $100 increase, making it the priciest Pixel yet at $1,099. As of now, there are no signs that Apple plans to raise prices for the iPhone 16, but anything is possible. For the iPhone 16 Pro Max, it would be prudent to maintain the current price, especially in light of last year's increase for the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Equip both the iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max with identical telephoto cameras. A highlight of the iPhone 15 Pro Max is its superior telephoto camera, which offers a 5x optical zoom, setting it apart from the iPhone 15 Pro that maxes out at 3x zoom. In contrast, Google has taken a step further with its latest devices. The Pixel 9 Pro boasts the same telephoto camera as the pricier Pixel 9 Pro XL, featuring a 48 megapixels telephoto lens with 5x optical zoom. Exciting rumors surrounding the iPhone 16 Pro suggest that it may inherit the tetraprism telephoto lens introduced with the iPhone 15 Pro Max, potentially granting it the same impressive 5x optical zoom as its more expensive counterpart. However, this is contingent on whether the speculation about the iPhone 16 Pro Max achieving a 6x zoom holds any truth. All models featuring the same A18 chip might seem a bit far-fetched, especially considering Apple's recent strategies to set its Pro iPhones apart from the standard versions. This year, the regular iPhone 16 models are expected to adopt the A17 Pro chip, but there's also speculation about the A18 chip, with the iPhone 16 Pro and 16 Pro Max potentially housing a more advanced A18 Pro chipset. In contrast, Google has consistently equipped all its new Pixel devices with the same chip, with the Tensor G4 powering all Pixel 9 models. While it seems unlikely that the iPhone 16 would share a processor with the iPhone 16 Pro and 16 Pro Max, it would certainly be a delightful surprise if it did. As for charging speed, while Apple's iPhones are packed with features, their charging capabilities have always lagged behind. The iPhone 15 Pro and iPhone 15 Pro Max, for instance, are notably slow with their 20-watt wired charging, especially when compared to other high-end smartphones. On the other hand, Google has upped the charging speed for the Pixel 9 Pro XL to 37 watt, an improvement from the 30 watt of the Pixel 8 Pro. It's high time for Apple to consider a similar enhancement. Enhance the refresh rate of the iPhone 16. Apple remains the only major player in the flagship smartphone market that sticks to a 60 Hz refresh rate for its standard iPhones. In stark contrast, Google has been quite generous with its Pixel lineup. For instance, the modest Pixel 9 boasts a dynamic refresh rate ranging from 60 Hz to 120 Hz, making its 6.3-inch Actua display a delight for gaming and video watching. While it seems unlikely that the iPhone 16 will abandon the fixed 60 Hz refresh rate, a shift in this direction could potentially attract more users to upgrade. Introduce Apple Intelligence capabilities across the entire product range. During WWDC 2024, Apple clearly outlined which devices will be compatible with Apple Intelligence features. While the iPhone 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max are confirmed to be included, the status of other models remains uncertain. It's likely that the iPhone 16 Pro and 16 Pro Max will also support these features, but the standard iPhone 16 and iPhone 16 Plus are still in question. In contrast, Google has boldly showcased its new AI functionalities, with the entire Pixel 9 series gaining access to features like Add Me, Pixel Studio, and Pixel Screenshots. The only exceptions for the Pixel 9 are a few video-related capabilities and the complimentary year-long subscription to Gemini Advanced, which are exclusive to the Pro versions. Apple might consider a similar strategy for its iPhone 16 series, potentially granting all new iPhones access to Apple Intelligence. It's important to retain a few unique features for the Pro models. There should be compelling reasons to choose the pricier iPhone 16 Pro versions. Apple might introduce exclusive Apple Intelligence capabilities for these models, enhancing their appeal and setting them apart from the standard iPhone 16. For instance, Google has successfully implemented distinct AI-driven features in the Pixel 9 Pro and 9 Pro XL, such as Video Boost, Night Sight Video, and Super Res Zoom Video. While we're not suggesting that Apple should solely concentrate on AI enhancements for video recording, it would certainly be beneficial if the Pro models offered a little extra. So, are these updates good enough to upgrade to this year's iPhone 16 lineup? Share your opinion in the comments section. Now for those of you excited for the Apple iPhone 16 series, we're now going to run through the full specs design and the pricing for each model in the range to help you guys decide which one is right for you. For my regular viewers, you guys have seen this, so just skip to the next video. But if you're new here, then hit subscribe now, and we'll get right into it. So first up, we have the standard iPhone 16. With the standard iPhone 16, we get a 6.3-inch OLED display, but unfortunately, this is still going to be an LTPS display. The iPhone 16 is going to have a taller aspect ratio than last year, and it's going to be protected by Ceramic Shield 2. We get the new Dynamic Island, which covers up the 12 megapixels selfie camera and Face ID sensors. Then on the rear, we've got a 12 megapixels primary camera and a 12 megapixels ultra-wide. It's powered by the A18 chipset, and it's likely coming with 6 gigs of RAM and up to 512 gigs of storage. It's also powered up by a 3561 mAh battery, with 30 watts fast charging, and it's going to come with advanced 5G, Bluetooth 5.3 and Wi-Fi 6E. Now, it will of course ship with iOS 18, and it's expected to launch from around $850 in September 2024. Now next up, we've got the iPhone 16 Plus. With the iPhone 16 Plus, we get a 6.9 in OLED display, and again, unfortunately, this is another LTPS display. It's got a taller aspect ratio than its predecessor, and it's protected by Ceramic Shield 2. We get the new Dynamic Island, which covers up the 12 megapixels selfie cameras and Face ID sensors. Then on the rear, we've got a 12 megapixels primary camera and a 12 megapixels ultra-wide. It's powered by the A18 chipset, and it's likely going to come with a choice of 6 gigs of RAM and up to 512 gigs of storage. It's powered by a 4006 mAh battery with 30 watts fast charging, and it comes with the advanced 5G, Bluetooth 5.3 and Wi-Fi 6E. Now, of course, it ships with iOS 18, and it's expected to launch from around $950 in September 2024. Next up, we got the iPhone 16 Pro. Now the iPhone 16 Pro has a 6.3 in 120Hz LTPO OLED display. It's got a taller aspect ratio than its predecessor, and the Pro is protected by Ceramic Shield 3. We get the new Dynamic Island, which covers up the 12 megapixels selfie camera and Face ID sensors. Then on the rear, we get a 48 megapixels primary camera, a 48 megapixels ultra-wide camera, then we've got a 12 megapixels tetraprism camera with 5 times optical zoom. It's powered up by the A18 Pro chipset, and it comes with 8 gigs of RAM and up to 1 terabyte of storage, and it's also powered by a 3450 mAh battery, and fast charging is still unknown at the moment, but we do expect some improvements, and of course it comes with the advanced 5G, Bluetooth 5.3, and Wi-Fi 7. It will of course ship with iOS 18, and it's expected to launch from around $1,100 in September 2024. Now finally, we saved the best to last, the iPhone 16 Pro Max. With the iPhone 16 Pro Max, we get a 6.9-inch 120Hz LTPO OLED display. Again, like the other phones, it's got a taller aspect ratio than its predecessor, and it's protected by Ceramic Shield 3. We get the dynamic island, which covers up the 12 megapixels, selfie cameras, and Face ID sensors. Then on the rear, we've got a 48 megapixels primary camera, a 48 megapixels ultra-wide, and a 12 megapixels tetraprism camera with 5 times optical zoom. It's powered up by the A18 Pro chipset. It comes with 8 gigs of RAM and up to 1 terabyte of storage, and it's powered up by a 4676 mAh battery. As with the 16 Pro, we don't know the fast charging at the moment, but we do expect to see some improvements. Now it comes up with the advanced 5G, Bluetooth 5.3 and Wi-Fi 7, and it will of course ship with iOS 18, and this one's expected to launch around $1,300 in September 24. So overall, the iPhone 16 series is looking like a great addition to the iPhone lineup. More things remain similar. There are still plenty of upgrades with the new hardware to power it better and brighter displays. Along with the new battery thermal technology, this should really enhance the experience and work well with the new A features. Now, of course, because of all the similarities to its predecessor, it's probably not going to make anyone with an iPhone 15 rush for an upgrade, but for anyone with an older iPhone or looking to get their first iPhone, that it's going to be a great choice. Now, of course, as we approach the launch, more and more information is going to continue to come in, and I'll be sharing it as soon as it does, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing in the future.